Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Tuesday, March 10th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown says he plans to continue a lawsuit against Ticketmaster owner Live Nation for monopolizing the ticketing and concert venue market. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is launching a partnership with East Wenatchee to trap and neuter feral cats that are living in the community. Heavy mountain snow is expected through the week with up to 5 feet possible on Stevens Pass by Friday. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. Rescue workers teamed up to help a 42-year-old dirt biker who collapsed on a Saturday excursion up Tripp Canyon outside Cashmere. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says the Monitor man fell unconscious about 3 p.m. while he was 300 feet up a steep hillside. His 14-year-old son called 911 and directed helpers to their location. Sheriff's deputies called for help from rope rescue teams from their own office as well as the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department. Those teams worked with local agencies to stabilize the victim and lower him to the base of the hillside. He was taken to Confluence Health Hospital for evaluation and treatment. Chelan County says its moderate risk waste facility is steadily growing in usage and waste collected. According to a year-end report from the Chelan County Solid Waste Program, there were 2,270 visitors in 2025, a 3% increase over 2024 and 90% growth over 2020. Last year, visitors brought in over 183 pounds of waste, the majority of which was recycled. Over 11,000 pounds of material were placed on the facility's reuse cart, which offers items like spray paints and household cleaners for visitors to take and use at home. Overall, latex paint was the most popular item taken to the facility, followed by used oil, oil-based paint, and auto batteries. Meanwhile, in East Wenatchee, Douglas County is getting ready to unveil a facility of its own. Next Thursday, the county will celebrate the opening of its household moderate risk waste facility with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Funding for the project comes from reserves, grant funding, the local solid waste financial assistance program, and the Waste Management Host Agreement. The Douglas County Solid Waste Department will manage the site, which is located near the existing Zacher Processing Center on Batterman Road. The facility will officially open to residents next Friday, March 20th, and then again Saturday, March 21st. Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown says he plans to continue a lawsuit against Ticketmaster owner Live Nation for monopolizing the ticketing and concert venue market. On Monday, Live Nation and Ticketmaster reached a settlement with federal authorities over its antitrust case after its trial began last week. According to CNN, Live Nation will pay $280 million in damages to participating states and will let facilities use rival companies SeatGeek and StubHub to sell tickets. Live Nation, which owns the Gorge Amphitheater in Grant County, says it will also divest its 13 exclusive booking agreements with amphitheaters nationwide. Brown said settlement does not adequately remedy the harm caused and plans to continue the case that began in 2024. At the time, 39 states, along with the District of Columbia, joined in the lawsuit, and 26 states now plan to continue. When we come back, Governor Bob Ferguson has signed the first round of bills to pass the Washington Legislature during this session, with more scheduled to receive his signature tomorrow. And the annual My Girlfriend's Closet fundraiser begins this Friday and will run all weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
The Moses Lake National RV Show is coming to the Grant County Fairgrounds this Friday, March 13th for 10 days. Countless manufacturers and unbeatable deals. Shop a huge selection of all the best brands of travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Shop Grand Design, Flagstaff, Gulfstream, and much more. All with massive manufacturer discounts, free admission, and you could win a new RV. Schedule a VIP tour to save $1,000 at nationalrvshowmoseslake.com.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Governor Bob Ferguson has signed the first round of bills to pass the Washington Legislature during this session, with more scheduled to receive his signature tomorrow. In a pair of Monday ceremonies, Ferguson endorsed 15 bills. One from 7th District Representative Hunter Abel changes the organization of the state's Veterans Affairs Committee. Another from fellow 7th District legislator Andrew Engel, which improves the sewage treatment requirements for dense housing developments in rural counties. A third bill requires apprenticeship programs in building and construction to provide behavioral health and wellness training. East Wenatchee City Council member Matthew Hepner, who's the director of Washington's Electrical Workers Union, said mental health shortfalls have had serious effects on the building trades.
I want to thank the legislature and the state of Washington for giving the construction and industry trades a leg up in dealing with this. But that work's really going to be done at the job boxes, on commutes, those quiet moments when you're with your coworker, and we can really bring this out into the open and talk about mental and behavioral health aspects. Labor law is written in blood, and this bill's no different. But I think now we're kind of on a plane where we can actually start making a difference.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is launching a partnership with East Wenatchee to trap and neuter feral cats that are living in the community. The city and the Animal Welfare Agency have created a $5,000 grant program to cover the cost of trapping, neutering, and releasing cats that live outdoors in East Wenatchee, helping to keep the feral population in control. The Humane Society says it normally costs about $50 to trap and treat each feline. Community members are responsible for trapping and bringing the cats to the agency's clinic, but all costs for treatment are covered as long as the grant funds last, including neutering and basic vaccinations. Anyone wishing to make use of the grant should contact the Humane Society for information on eligibility. The annual My Girlfriend's Closet fundraiser begins this Friday and will run all weekend. Every year, the Women's Service League collects new and gently used women's clothing, shoes, and accessories donated by the community to sell during the event. Last year, the Women's Service League raised more than $104,000 from sales during the event, and $83,000 was dispersed as grants to local nonprofits and local students in need. A pre-sale shopping ticket can be purchased for $40 for exclusive access to the merchandise on Thursday night before the sale is open to the public. There is no admission fee otherwise for the event, which will be held at the former Veterans Warehouse building in the North Avenue Plaza. Coming up next, after the December storm, Chelan County became one of 19 in Washington identified in a federal disaster declaration. In tonight's feature story, we will let you know how to apply for help. Along with rain here at home the rest of the week, a high wind watch will also go into effect beginning tomorrow. I'll have your local weather details coming up, along with Cade Calvin with a look at the Seahawks free agent signings as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
The Moses Lake National RV Show starts this Friday, March 13th to the 22nd at the Grant County Fairgrounds. Shop hundreds of RVs. Receive huge discounts. Exclusive show-only pricing. Prices this low will only be available at the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds. Manufacturer reps are on site stacking additional savings. No payments for 120 days on approved credit. Free admission. Free parking. Plus, shop like a VIP and receive an additional $1,000 off. Learn more at nationalrvshowmoseslake.com.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
After the December storm, Chelan County became one of 19 in Washington identified in a federal disaster declaration. That frees up government resources to help those affected by the flooding and windstorms. The U.S. Small Business Administration is among those agencies that have responded to the emergency. The SBA's Office of Disaster Recovery and Resilience opened a temporary office this week in Leavenworth to help businesses, nonprofits, renters, and homeowners apply for disaster assistance. That office remains open to all Chelan County residents through March 20th, and most applicants have until April 27th to file their claims. In tonight's feature story, outreach specialist Javier Kaltenko joined NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins yesterday right here in our studios to discuss the process of applying for SBA help.
We have staff there, members, who are there to answer questions. If anybody wants to come in, there's no obligation to fill out any applications. They're not obligated to do anything. They can just go there and ask questions. If they want to fill out the application, they can do that there as well. The staff members can guide them through the process, so they don't have to worry about it.
We should say that the office is located in the Leavenworth Chamber of Commerce building. That's on Highway 2, pretty close to downtown Leavenworth. But it serves all of Chelan County.
Correct, that's correct. We also have other centers in other counties that are also impacted. They can go to any of the centers that we have available.
Yeah, we should remember the emergency declaration that is bringing you here also applies to many, many other counties here in Washington as well, some of which have much more severe damage than ours.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the process, Javier? If someone has a business, let's say, or if they are running a nonprofit, they lost assets or property in the flooding and the windstorms, what's the application process like for them?
They can come to the center again. That's the best. I always encourage everybody to come to the center, and they can guide them through the whole process, the application process. They don't have to have everything at once, but some of the things that they should have is like their address, just basic information, make sure they have an ID just to make sure that they can verify themselves. If they have their tax forms, they can also upload them, use them, to upload them into their file as they are applying as well. So those are probably some of the basic things. Then SBA will actually get back to them through email in most cases, and they're going to tell them, okay, you know what, we need this document, we need this other document to complete your application process.
Who can qualify? If someone is coming in to make one of these claims with SBA, who's the clientele that you're looking for?
Yes, okay, so first of all, we want to clarify, make sure that it's for homeowners, renters, nonprofit organizations, and businesses who were impacted in the disaster declared area. In this case, we have Chelan County or any other counties that are included. Another thing, we want to make sure that it was during that time that was affected, right? Which in this case is going to be December 2nd through December 22nd.
That's the period when the weather was at its most severe and the water started rising and people started to really see the impact.
Yes.
Can you tell me about, so to clarify, it sounds like it's not just a business situation, although small business is in your name. Other people can apply and may qualify as well.
Yes, that's correct. And that's, again, just want to make sure that individuals, homeowners and renters who are impacted as well, they qualify for this assistance as well.
How long does it take, Javier, from an application to the applicant getting word as to whether they've been approved for a loan?
Normally, if once they have all the documentation that SBA needs, it usually, I would say more likely around between 7 to 14 days. I've seen some, again, within 7 days, they even got notice. But we usually try to give them like a 3-week just time frame just to be safe. Mm-hmm.
I understand that the loans are very low interest, is that correct?
Yes, correct. They're fixed, first of all, they're fixed rates. And for homeowners and renters, it's as low as 2.875%. For businesses, it's as low as 4%. And for nonprofits, it's 3.625%.
Is there an upper ceiling for how much people could expect to gain through this loan process?
Yes, for homeowners to fix. Okay, so we have up to $500,000 for homeowners and for homeowners to repair or replace their primary residence. For homeowners and renters, we have up to $100,000 to repair or replace any personal property they lost. So this could be, for example, like furniture, appliances, or even a personal vehicle as well.
And for businesses, is there an upper ceiling? Let's say, you lost your office or something like that.
Yes. Good. And so for businesses, we have the economic injury disaster loan, which is, there's a limit of $2 million. We also have a $2 million limit for any physical damages to the real estate or any other property that they lost. Or it could be a combination of the two, up to $2 million.
Do you know, or is it too early to say how many people or how many businesses might have applied for this kind of service here in Chelan County?
Yes, right now it's kind of early in the process, so we really don't have that information yet.
So there's a deadline situation here. I know that this office is open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekdays until March 20th.
Yes.
That's about a 2-week window. But is there a deadline after which people would no longer be able to apply for this kind of assistance from SBA?
Yes, we actually want those who are affected, survivors, to please apply. If they have any physical damages, they need to apply before April 27th for any physical damages, and we have until November 24th for the economic injury disaster loan.
Javier, is there anything you can think of that I didn't ask or that you think people should know about the program?
Yes, I understand that a lot of individuals may say, oh, I don't want a loan. But some of the good benefits about SBA loan is that first of all, there's no application fee, there's no prepayment penalty. They have 6 months to decide whether they want the loan or not, or if they've been approved, they can still wait until they are 100% sure that they want the loan or they need the loan, so they don't have to take it right away. We also, for the first 12 months, they don't have to make any payments. We want them to concentrate on their recovery versus trying to make those payments. In the first 12 months, it's going to be 0% interest rate.
So people can apply remotely or online, but in the meantime, you have this in-person option where people can get guidance at the local office here in Chelan County.
Yes, that's correct. And if for some reason, if somebody cannot attend or they cannot go to the center, we have a website where they can do it online, which is lending.sba.gov.
Lending.sba.gov.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, the Center for SBA Services is open at the Leavenworth Chamber of Commerce from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekdays until March 20th. Javier Caltenco with the Small Business Administration.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
You're watching the NCWLIFE channel.
Time now to take a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast and hope you had a great Tuesday. One of those days it was okay. We had some clouds out there, some breezy conditions at time, and yes, some sunshine. Here's a look outside our weather window from this afternoon. It's our Canyon tower camera and looking down at Cashmere, and you can see a mix of clouds, and yes, we did see some blue sky out there today, and that will continue with wetter and windier weather coming. And let's go up to the mountains first and tell you about that. A couple of feet fell yesterday of snow in Stevens Pass, and I'll tell you what, tonight all the way through Friday, we talked a little bit about this last night. Stevens Pass could see up to 63 inches of snow by Friday. Snoqualmie Pass up to 45 inches of snow. So if you were traveling west, don't do it this week because the snow is going to fall at about 1 to 3 inches per hour, and we are talking each day, tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday. So be very careful of that. And on top of that, here at home, we have a lot of wind to tell you about. In fact, this high wind watch has now been upgraded to a high wind warning late this afternoon, where we could see wind gusts 50 to 65 miles an hour throughout eastern Washington, a steady wind of 25 to 40 miles an hour. And we are talking the time frame tomorrow night right into Thursday morning. So look out for some wind late in the day tomorrow. So boy, a lot to tell you about in a large area affected by that high wind warning. Today's high temperature unofficially at 47, 4 degrees below where we should be for this time of year at 51. 66, our record high temperature, a beautiful one back in 2014. We were at 27 this morning, one of the cooler temperatures we've seen in a while. 32 now is our normal low, and our record low 13, and that was set in 2019. Sunrise this morning 7:23 and sets at 6:59, and that'll be the last time we see sunsets in the 6 o'clock hour for a long time, all the way into the coming fall. Temperatures for tomorrow, we will be a little bit warmer tomorrow, not a whole lot though, windy, and that's why the Columbia Basin will be a little bit warmer. 53 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 52 in Quincy tomorrow, 48s for Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak, 46 in Leavenworth, and 47 the high temperature tomorrow in Cashmere. All of those temperatures just slightly below where we should be for this time of year. Tonight we do expect partly cloudy skies turning into cloudy conditions. A very strong westerly flow will develop, and there are the clouds and the shower activity that will develop tonight. A 50% chance for rain mixed with snow, and if we see snow, our best chance will be overnight tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if the grassy areas are white in the morning. For Wednesday, cloudy skies, and look at all of that wind. And I'll tell you, that goldish green color, heavy rain and heavy snow in the mountains. We'll see an 80% chance of rain here. For Thursday, not much change. More wind right here in north central Washington. We'll see a 70% chance of rain on Thursday, with high temperatures staying consistently into those upper 40s as we head into the end of the week. And then for Friday, cloudy skies once again. The wind will be now in northern Oregon, but we will see plenty of shower activity on Friday. Another 80% chance for rain. High temperatures a little warmer though on Friday, into the low 50s by Friday afternoon. And then for our weekend, partly cloudy. Here's a trough of low pressure with high pressure to our west. That will kick up the breezy conditions on Saturday, with high temperatures kicking off our weekend into the upper 40s. To end our weekend on Sunday, we will see cloudy skies once again as, boy, that atmospheric river just will not stop moving our way. At least a 50% chance of evening rain showers and all night into Tuesday as well, with high temperatures Sunday near 50 degrees. I meant Monday. And then for your Monday, mostly cloudy, and we're going to stick with more of that wind right here in central Washington. A very strong southwesterly flow will bring us more rain, but look at those temperatures. We will warm up on Tuesday into, I should say Monday rather, into the mid-50s. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 31 overnight tonight, cloudy and windy for both Wednesday and Thursday. A good chance for rain both days. Upper 40s for high temperatures. Cloudy on Friday with an 80% chance of rain showers to end our week. 52 our high temperature. And then as we get you into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy and breezy Saturday and 52 with clouds on Sunday. Evening rain showers a possibility on Sunday and 49. And then mostly cloudy Monday. 50% chance of rain. But look at that, much warmer with a high temperature of 57. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Cade Calvin as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Free agency is officially underway in the National Football League, and the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks have already seen a lot of motion, saying goodbye to a few familiar names while re-signing some key pieces. Many agree that keeping a championship team intact is very difficult in modern sports. We spoke to fans around Wenatchee to get their reaction to perhaps the biggest loss so far, Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III.
It's really unfortunate that the Seahawks weren't able to give him a bigger contract to retain him. He did so much for our running backs, and seeing him go to the Chiefs is, I think, unfortunately, a really dumb move going forward.
Walker signed a 3-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs worth up to $45 million, with nearly $29 million fully guaranteed. But many fans in North Central Washington are still optimistic, even with losing key defensive players like safety Kobe Bryant, who went to the Chicago Bears, and Boyo Mafe, who inked a deal with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I think we're losing a lot of guys, but that's just part of being a good team and winning Super Bowl. And I just got faith in John Schneider, because obviously we won the Super Bowl, so you got to trust him,
Mafe signed with Cincy for 3 years on a $60 million deal, while Bryant signed a 3-year contract worth $40 million. There are some positives, though. One big move is the return of Rashid Shaheed.
Repeat, keep building off of the dark side defense, and have Sam Darnold have another big year, and Charbonnet step up, or someone else, so.
A major weapon in multiple facets of the game, Shaheed was dynamic on special teams as a kick returner and explosive catching passes from Sam Darnold as a wide receiver. The Weber State product is going from originally being an undrafted free agent to a superstar in the making with a $51 million contract over 3 years. The world champions also retained corner Josh Jobe. Jobe, a key contributor to Mike McDonald's dark side defense, agreed to a 3-year term worth $24 million.
No, I think that's really crucial for the team. I think that's right moves. Hopefully we get a lot more into the running backs and being able to we did really good defensively like last year. So being able to move forward this year and just keeping our defensive line would be substantial.
Free agency is still fresh. NCW Life will bring you updates as the Seahawks make moves in a quest to repeat as Super Bowl champs. Reporting in Wenatchee, Cade Calvin, NCW Life.
And that will do it for this Tuesday edition of the NCW Life Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.